Hello Internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the John Graves Show. Let's talk about Twin Star Exorcist. Starting off this episode, it does kind of pick off right where our last one left off, with Binio getting some brand new legs and her pretty much kind of showing Yuto like the the meaning of curb stomp. Well, it really wasn't a curb stomp, but more or less like, as Stone Cold put it, you know, back in the day, stomping a mud hole in your ass. So that's pretty much kind of where like this thing starts off. Her pretty much just zipping around, beating the shit out of Yuto. And oddly enough, she did kind of figure out his secret, which is that even though he was acting like that, their attacks didn't hurt him. They actually did. So of course, like she did kind of have a small advantage there. However, that shit kind of got sucked out really early, especially since that, you know, like she's kind of on a time limit, and this was her first time actually using that power. And honestly, for what they kind of, or at least one of the comments, like from one of my older videos, pretty much put out that said that I believe that originally Binio, she was supposed to lose both of her legs, or at the very least I kind of thought that she did lose one of them, but for some reason it's like they just gave her both of her, like they just charred her legs back, which sort of forced Kamui to kind of like fix her legs up. So that is something, you know. However, I will be fair, this episode, it does kind of pull a little bit of Bleach in. You know, sorry about that. People always doing like their yard work at night for some odd reason. But back to the review. Apparently, like Rokuro does some type of Bleach type of power up, which I didn't understand. Because again, leading into that, you know, he stops Yuto from killing Binio, and then in the process of him, you know, kind of gloating and whatnot, he gets punched in the gut. And with that, you know, somehow Rokuro finds the ability to draw out his Kigure power, his max Kigure power, heal like the massive hole in his body, and punch a crater, like or it's like punch Yuto's fist so hard that he creates a crater in the ground, destroying Yuto's arm and forcing him to sink into the blackness. I don't know how he did that, and I think the series will never explain it. But that's pretty much like the end of Yuto so far. But there is a very interesting thing though that does kind of happen after this, or at least like, well, not interesting, but more or less a somewhat infuriating thing, which is that the remaining 12 Guardians pretty much come out and say, or at least two of them come out and say, which one is Shimon, and the other is then the other is another guy who doesn't open his eyes and shit, I think. And they both pretty much say, listen, it's your fault that Yuto got away. You need to be punished because we were the ones who were supposed to beat him and take him down. I think about that and I'm like, if he can take out one of your strongest, like in strongest mode with one hit, you fuckers were not going to do shit, you know. Especially since it already seems though as that resonance alone is actually stronger. Is actually stronger than most of these guys put together, you know. However, there is something though that I do kind of have to worry about though, and that is, well, nobody's really actually training these two. I mean, pretty much their training is left up on their own, because again, like the whole crux of them kind of like getting into like this whole argument here is the fact that, well, now these two are weak, and they needed to be punished for fighting a guy, man, who was stronger than them. So, and that he let him get away even though he fell into death most likely, and you know, like that they're telling them, man, to give up and have the baby and shit, which Rokuro calls the bluff, which I'm actually happy about, because again, Like, why the fuck would you even say that to these two young 14-year-olds, like, who pretty much just want to be an exorcist? Unless, say, like, look, unless you motherfuckers are actually planning on funding the baby and shit, and y'all plan on, like, leaving all this shit up to what's name? I mean, leaving all this shit up, man, to the baby and shit. Which is kind of crazy to me, too, because it's like, a lot of them really don't have any other purpose in life other than fighting, like, Kigure and shit. So that would be an interesting ending to this series. But either way, though, they give them an ultimatum, say, listen, you got to get stronger than these 11 worthless motherfuckers, and then yeah, you know, we'll see where you go from there. So I'm kind of guessing. Also, Mirai, she wants to be an exorcist too. So I'm kind of wondering, is this series going to merge into what I kind of thought it was going to be, like earlier on when I saw Shimon, of them actually fighting or going up against like the other guardians and shit, just to prove their strength, which would be kind of cool. But sorry for making this video so long, but I gotta see you guys on the next John Grave show. Keep watching anime, keep playing video games, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Hello, internet. Hopefully you loved that video, and pretty much you do feel the same way that I do about it, because if you agree with me or you're pretty much disagree, please leave me a comment, follow me up on my other social media, you know, like Twitter and all the rest of the other stuff, which I'll kind of have to get back into. But also, if you like this video, please go ahead and hit the like button and share this video with some of your friends. Till then, though, please click over right over here or over there, and you can go ahead and check out my latest video. So, see you.